Hello everybody, this is Phil with Miranda Detailing. So I didn't drop a video today basically because I was on vacation. So what I wanted to do was go live finally. So I wanted to go live while I was actually working. So I'm working on this 2014 Chevy SS and it is new to the customer. And when he got it from the dealership, there was a lot of defects on it. The paint had heavy overspray, which I think the dealership didn't know about. The customer may not have known about either. And really, I found out when I started to clay bar it, and it was coming off in the clay. So I am making a video on this, so you'll see that video later. But we have now polished about 3/4 of the vehicle. I usually start on the hood and make my way around the driver's side, and now I only have the passenger side 2 doors, I believe this front passenger fender to do. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I was working on right now. So you'll see that I have my awesome little light here, the Astro handheld light that I love, and it does have the magnetic base. Now I put a nice soft microfiber and I can use it as a work light to see what I'm working on, which is really nice because I don't have the best overhead light. And I could attach this to the middle bracket there that is magnetic. Hey, what's up? How's it going, man? But you really can't see. I want it close up. So I like to put it right there. And of course, you can put it over here and you can see what you're working on. So I love that light. I got links to that down below and on my website. So check that out. But that is a really affordable handheld light. Now I do have another video that I did kind of like a little mini review on this, but it has the little charging base that I love and always stays charged. And it holds a charge for a really long time, so that's nice. So I already polished most of the vehicle. I'm gonna go back and use a paint sealant, but this thing was in really, really rough shape before, and it's looking much better now. So I worked my way all around here, and there was some heavy scratches. There's some right there. That didn't want to come out, way too deep. Just a little dusty too. Just because I'm working in my garage, and I have this horrible concrete floor, and it creates a lot of dust, and I have my fan going because it's hot here. But there was some other heavy defects along the door. There's a scratch right there. Couldn't really get that out. I didn't want to go any further. The trunk lid also had some really heavy scratching. You'll see in the video, you can just barely make out a few little lines right there, but that was really bad. Someone had dragged something across the paint, but now it looks better. It's a little hard to pick up because of the metallic in it too. It is a very, very heavy metallic, but it's a cool color. I really like it. There was also some defects here that we had to compound and polish out. Now this, even though it's a single stage, I am going a little bit further on some of the heavy scratches. The customer wanted those removed as much as possible, so that's what we're doing. So I compound in a few areas and then I polish the whole vehicle. So I have, that's horrible. I have this door and this door left to do. As you can see, I mean, you can already see the difference from, ugh, horrible. Yep, this I polished. Okay, so I did do this fender. So this I polished already, single stage polish. This is before, this still needs to be done. Man, it is really bad. Now the paint is also very, very soft, which is a good and bad thing because it can Whoops, sorry about that. There we go. So it's a good and a bad thing. It does correct fairly easy, but it's finicky. It's kind of a pain to finish down, especially if you're doing a one-step, because I'm using an orange Lake Country pad, which is their medium cutting, and I had to switch up between HD speed, which I was using first, which was okay, but when I switched to HD polish, it was working better. So maybe whatever the wax or the Monton wax sealant that's in HD speed was kind of, I don't know what it was doing. It wasn't working right with the paint, so I switched to HD polish, which I know is in HD speed, but it seems to be working better. I don't know why. Some cars are just like that. Some paint is just so weird that the strangest combo will work on it. I even tried Meguiar's M205, didn't like that. I tried the new Meguiar's polishing wax, did not like that at all. And I think that was all I used on it until I got the HD polish, and I like that much, much better. So, almost done here, and with these two doors, and I'm still not sure what I'm going to use to protect it. I was going to use either the Meguiar's Fast Finish, which I really do like, so I'll show that in the video also, or I might use another sealant. I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of undecided. And I'm also going to show you what I use. I'm going to use something different for all of the trim. Now, I like to use the Stoner's Trim Shine. Yes, it is a little messy because it's an aerosol, it's a spray. I like to use it for, here, let me switch this around. I like to use it for the cowl because it gets into all those little vent areas here, but it does make a mess on the paint, but it's not that big of a deal. It wipes off really, really easily. Usually I do that before I do any polishing or waxing, or at least waxing. So I still might use this on the cowl, but I might try something else for the other plastics, which I'll probably either use VRP. I also have some Detailer's Pro tire gel. I'll probably use that on the tires. Now I do have this stuff also. Now I haven't made a review on it yet because the jury's still out on this. When I applied it, this is the kind of like the dye. It has a dye in it. It looks blue, but when you shake it up, the dye spreads around. And it's supposed to be kind of like, what is that stuff that I used to use? Oh, now I'm forgetting. Huh, oh well. Well, anyway, it was kind of like a black dye dressing. I know it's a popular one that a lot of guys use. Kind of reminds me of that. It's watery, so it's a little messy. You got to use gloves. You got to tape stuff up a little bit because it will stain the paint. Even though you can remove it, you can get it off. It's just messy. But that is supposed to dye any faded plastics. This is supposed to gloss them up, so you can use this if they're not really faded. And this is for interior dash. Now, I've used these two before on my work vehicle just to test it out. And I don't know, maybe it's the way I'm applying it. It actually came with these little blue applicator blocks that I cut up into smaller pieces. And it's okay, but I don't know. I think I want to give them a call and see how many coats I'm supposed to put on. Maybe there's some application tips and tricks. So once I get this stuff figured out, I'll make a proper review on it. So we'll see. Now, in one of my other videos, I do show us using this stuff for trim. Now, I guess it's not really gained any popularity because it's a weird product. And I don't like it on the paint. It's really greasy, as you can see. It kind of reminds me of a trim product like Black Wow or Black Wow Pro. So that's what I use it as. I use this on the trim. So I might even use that today on the trim. So we'll see. So I'm going to continue working on the Chevy SS, get this thing done today. And I also have something else that will be coming in today, and I'll be working on for the next couple of days and throughout the weeks. I couldn't get a new work van because they're really expensive, and nobody wants to give out loans. No bank around here is, or credit union or anything, is wanting to give out loans. If you're a small business, if you're a sole proprietor like we are, they just don't like the way that your taxes look or whatever, and they don't want to give you any loans. So it's really, really difficult. So we have other ways of doing that. We have you know, a couple of different credit cards and things like that, and we've saved up some money. So I have something coming in today that I might go live later on today and show you what that is. So stay tuned for that. So take care, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little live video. It's my first live video, and I might actually do them like this instead of maybe a formal one where I sit down and have the nice microphone and all that, which I might do that later on. I kind of want to have an office set up for that, so it looks like a proper live studio. But I like doing the videos like this and showing you what I'm working on, and then I can show you little tips and tricks as I'm working as well. Now, maybe I'll just quickly show you something else that's in the works. Now, this is something that another detailer friend of mine, Tony Ralda, and this is what he's working on. Now, these are really interesting. There's a couple of different models that he's created, and all he has done is taken these really nice little clips here. They go onto your shirt collar, and these snap onto your polishing cord, and they can either go on your belt or they can go right on your shirt collar and keep the polisher cord away from the paint, basically keeping it on the hey, how's it going, Yusef? And yeah, go on your collar of the shirt. I'm kind of getting distracted here. Live is a little bit weird. You can get really distracted. So stay tuned for these two. This is kind of a prototype. You'll probably see it later on in some of my videos, but this is going to be interesting. And there might be also some really nice work shirts. If any of you detailers are interested in work shirts, hey, what's going on? Keeping it clean. Now, if you're interested in some really nice quality work shirts that are either collared, like have the polo collar, or we may have some that are just regular cotton t-shirts for work. And these, we're trying to figure out if these will be attached to them, actually permanently sewn to the top of the shirt. We're still kind of figuring that out, but we're going to see if we can make these, produce them, and make them available to detailers who want to use them. So I'm testing these out right now, and my friend Tony is the creator of these. Him and his wife actually make these basically from scratch. They take these little stretchy cords here that are used, I believe, for keeping your work helmets attached if you're using like construction, or if you're in construction, I mean. And these clip on to your shirt or your pants or something like that, and if your helmet flies off, then it's attached to you. So it's kind of similar to, it reminds me of like a snowboarding clip that clips onto your boot and your binding so your snowboard doesn't fly off down the hill. That's just what I remember them kind of being like. So stay tuned for some more videos on these, and I'll be testing these. So kind of interesting. All right. Oh, it's all foggy. That's my lens. Sorry about that, guys. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up, like it, share it with others who may enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me today. Take care, guys.